welcome to Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer, your host for the program. Thank you so much for being here. We have a really nice show lined up for you today. We're going to start out with Eleanor Hohnstein. She is with Reily Foods Company, and she's going to be talking about French Market coffee. Always love hearing about that. John Lawrence is a good friend of ours who is with the Historic New Orleans Collection. They've got a great program coming up. Katherine Sutton is with us from ForYo, Café and Sweets, and she's brought some things that we can look at and we're going to eat later. And John Michael Eddleman is with an organization, Fishing with Angels. It's a new organization, and it's just incredible what these guys do. And then Ernesto Carballo Jr. is with the Southeast Louisiana Council for the Boy Scouts of America, and he's going to be talking about how you can get involved more with the Boy Scouts. Again, a great show lined up. Look forward to seeing you when we come right back. Hello and welcome back to Across Louisiana. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Our first guest is Eleanor Hohnstein. She is the brand manager for something I absolutely love, which is French Market Coffee. Eleanor, thank you so much for taking time to be on the show. Appreciate it.
Great. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, I just read that you guys are 125 years
yes,
celebrating?
We have been around since 1890, so last year we just celebrated our 125th anniversary.
That is phenomenal. Were you one of the first coffees that was made in New Orleans?
Yes, we were, and we have been around, and we have been around since then. So we slow roast our coffee.
Still made in New Orleans,
Still
right?
made in New Orleans over at Chef Montour Highway, and high emphasis on quality. It's 100% Arabica, slow roasted in small batches.
That's always the good smell that I smell when I'm coming through there. That's incredible, 125 years. That's just awesome. All right, so King Cake Festival is coming up on January 31st. This is the third year that you're doing?
The third year of the festival, and it's actually the second year that French Market Coffee will be the sole coffee sponsor. It's in Champion Square, and it benefits babies and children at Auctioner. It's a fantastic cause. So we're really excited to be part of it. And our king cake flavored coffee was actually inspired by the festival. So we developed it last year, and it was such a hit that we've actually rolled out the retail version this year, which is now available in several of our local retailers here in New Orleans.
So talk a little bit about the festival. What if I go to the festival, what am I going to see? Is there an admission price? Or?
Actually, the festival is free? So there is no admission fee. There are several gladiator games and a 1 mile fun run to start before the festival. The festival opens at 11, so they're expecting big crowds, so get there early. And then there's going to be lots of great local bakeries there with all of their king cake to try and sample, and then there's going to be a voting. So a fan favorite choice, so everyone gets to vote on which king cake they like the best. Oh,
now did you do that last year? Was it?
Yeah.
And does the winner get anything, or?
Bragging rights. Bragging rights.
It's always good.
Yeah, it's great.
And it is a fundraiser, right? So, and you
yes,
mentioned
for
that,
Auctioner, for the pediatric and the children and baby center.
Okay. Is there anything that would be? I mean, is there a limit of people that can be there? Champion Square is huge, so it's a great place to have that, but I mean, I guess it's like first come, first serve for the king cake, and you just want to get there kind of early, I guess.
Yeah, I think you would want to get there early to make sure that you get to sample all the best ones.
Eleanor, your website is FrenchMarketCoffee.com, and also there's a KingCakeFestival.org, and we'll put that on the screen, but all the information about the festival can be found on the website.
Yes, absolutely.
Super. They're starting to wrap me up, so Eleanor, I just want to say thanks again for being here. Best of success on the King Cake Festival. You can't go wrong with anything named King Cake anyway, so I know you'll do well. We've got a few more guests, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Across Louisiana. Always an absolute pleasure to have John Lawrence with us. John is the Director of Museum Programs for the Historic New Orleans Collection. John, always good to see you.
Thank you.
I got to ask, and we're through with the holidays and everything. I remember when you had some folks on before, Cajun Christmas.
Creole
Christmas, and Howard.
Henry Howard, Louisiana architect.
Big success. Everything went well.
Both of those programs went well. The Howard exhibition, of course, is ongoing, so we hope people will take time to come and see that.
Well, let's talk about, and again, I love what you guys do, and I'm so glad you come on the show and talk about it, because you've got a big event coming up now that'll take place on February the 19th and the 20th. So
yes,
talk about
this is our 21st annual Williams Research Center Symposium, and I know that might sound not very exciting, but it's a conference we've done since we opened our research center in 1996, and this year's topic ties in with the Henry Howard exhibition.
Okay.
It's called Perspectives in New Orleans, Architecture, Past, Present, and Future. And our program will begin on Friday evening with a keynote address, followed by a reception where people can view the exhibition if they've not seen it yet. And all day Saturday we'll present a series of talks that just go into all kinds of different themes and topics about the architecture that surrounds us in our area.
As I say, you said that people wouldn't find that interesting. I think that is fascinating. I think what you guys do is fascinating. I love the idea of the symposium with this. Is there a cost to get in, or is it open to the public?
There is. It is, of course, open to the public. Although many, if not most of the programs we do are admission free, this one does have a cost associated with it. And rather than go into the dates and classifications that present that structure, that is on our website, hnoc.org, or people can call our number to get that information. But there is a reduced cost to educators and students.
Okay. Is it a cost for every day? I mean, like,
it's one cost for all of the events, and
great.
there is the keynote lecture, the opening reception, followed by the Saturday programs, and a small closing reception at the end.
And it's going to be held where?
It's at the Monteleone. This is a number of years that they have served as a site for this, and it's always a very exciting day of not only intellectual stimulation, but our bookstore sets up a small area on site so that we have targeted books and other items that refer to the topic that we're presenting.
God, John, that is just fast. And I'm glad you said the website, hnoc.org, because I was going to mention that, because all the information about the New Orleans collection can be found on the website. And I mean, it's schedules and upcoming events. And I really love it when you come on, and I want you to keep coming on, because I mean, you guys are the history of New Orleans, and this place has so much history. And I just love what you guys do to keep that history coming along. So thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for giving us this platform.
Absolutely our pleasure. Good luck on the collection's 21st annual Williams Research Center Symposium. We've got a few more guests, so stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Across Louisiana. Very happy to have Katherine Sutton with us. Katherine is the operating partner for one of my favorite places, ForYo Café and Suites. Katherine, thanks so much for taking time to be here. Most importantly, thanks for bringing, we'll talk about this in a minute, but man, oh man, I'm pretty sure you can see that on the set here, but you can't smell how great they smell. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let me start by asking, ForYo, you guys are located on Canal Street.
Yes.
What's your address?
We're at 819 Canal Street on the corner of Canal and Bourbon.
And your hours are?
During the week, we open at 8 a.m. and we're open to 11 p.m. or midnight on the weekend.
Okay. King cake season is upon us. Busy time for you guys. Well, I mean, is it over and above of what you would normally do as far as business coming in and things like that?
Definitely when Mardi Gras hits and the city
You're right in the middle
thriving.
Of it. You're right in the middle of it.
Yeah, we are right in the middle of all the parades and all the tourism.
Tell me a little bit about the mission of ForYo and what you guys are all about and everything.
Well, we've been in the city 3 years, and one of our goals is to be a top 10 destination in the city of New Orleans. So we kind of do that by being heavily involved in the community.
Which you are.
Yeah, we definitely try to be. We like to give back. And then last year we developed the king cake croissant because that's definitely a staple in the city of New Orleans, and we like to have it year-round available.
Now, I got to tell you, sitting here looking at these, I'm amazed nobody ever did that before. I mean, a lot of people, king cakes, everybody does different things with king cake. This is such a great idea, and I mean, it's almost like bite-sized pieces of king cake already here.
Yeah, and we had a fun time developing it. We came up with the idea at ForYo, and then we hooked up with Chef D'Amato from the Hyatt Regency, and he came up with the perfect recipe.
Now, do you have just the one croissant king cake, or can you get them with filling? Or I mean, you can get just different kinds you can get, right?
We have an original one that is not filled, and then we have a cream cheese filled.
Okay. And let me do this. Your website is ForYoCafeAndSweets.com.
Yes.
Can you order on the website?
We prefer everybody to call in at the
Okay.
store.
Okay.
Or call me
All
individually.
right. You got some big events coming up. Your Tops of the Town on February the 24th. So talk a little bit about some of the events that are coming up.
Well, we definitely have Tops of the Town, which is with New Orleans Magazine. Wednesday at the Square is coming up, which is, 3 months in the spring. Great event. Barnhill Preserve, we partnered with them, and we do a biannual scavenger hunt, which brings exotic animals into the city. And
Wow.
we love doing that, and we're trying to get a little kangaroo here today, but maybe next time.
Oh, God, that'd been awesome. Well, they're wrapping me up, of course, and I was just getting ready to say, let's eat one of these real quick, see how great they taste. But anyway, Katherine, this is a great idea to do this. And again, I know it's hard to see these on TV. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they just smell absolutely incredible. Happy Mardi Gras. Hope you have a great
Thank
Mardi
you.
Gras season. If you get a chance, get down to ForYo Cafe and Sweets. Stay with us. We got a couple more guests, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Very happy to have John Michael Eddleman with us. John is the founder and president of an organization called Fishing with Angels. I always love it when we have founders of organizations on the show, because I'm always curious, how did you found this organization and things like that? So congratulations. How long have you been in existence?
About 2.5 years now.
And what's the mission of Fishing with Angels? What are you all about?
What we're all about, Fishing with Angels' main purpose in life is to take any child with any medical diagnosis, whether it's cancer, autism, juvenile diabetes, terminally ill, HIV positive, any child with any medical diagnosis, and 2 guests of the child fishing for free. We supply the bait, the tackle, the snacks, the drinks, the fishing license. We take them out. We do whatever we have to do on the boat to facilitate a safe, fun environment for the family, because it's just as much for the family as it is for the child.
That's incredible.
And even fillet the fish when it's all over with. We supply the transportation on special circumstances, and we fillet it, package the fillets up in Ziploc bags, and bring them home.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible that you do that. Now, I noticed you said we a lot. You have a group of volunteers that works with you?
Well, you're only as good as the force around you.
Yeah.
And it's all volunteers. There's no one on payroll up to this point. And it's not too hard to get volunteers to go fishing or to help a child in need.
But I'm sure you've got volunteers that have boats, and you buy the gas.
We have our own boat. We have Angel One.
And you're putting out a lot of expense to make this
sir.
happen for these kids. How do you select what kids get to do this and everything? Is it
Anybody that calls me at 504-405-9449 or gets on Facebook and looks up Fishing with Angels and shoots me a message saying, my child would like to go, I'd like to bring my child fishing. How do we do that? We go fishing. We don't say no.
Wow, that's
We
incredible.
find the money out there somehow.
Well, I'm
some
hoping
way.
we can have some people call you. And I want to talk real quick. You've got a tournament and a cook-off coming up. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. April 3rd, we have a weigh-in for a fishing tournament that's going to be April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's at the backyard, which is right next to the camp at 2317 Hickory. As long as you register for the fishing tournament by March 1st, and you're back at the weigh-in April 3rd, that's Sunday, between noon and 3. That's all. We don't restrict you to where you can fish or whatnot. There's the normal categories. You can get on the Facebook page and read all about that. We're having a jambalaya cook-off at the same time. We'll have up to 2,000 pounds of boiled crawfish.
Wow.
You can order a $30 wristband, and it gets you in unlimited draft beer, Cokes, 7-Ups, bottled water.
So you really don't have to be a part of the fishing
No,
tournament.
you can
to
just
be a
come
part
out
of
and
this.
enjoy the live band and all the food and drink.
And all that takes place at where's the place located at?
2317 Hickory. It's the camp lounge, but it's next door in their big lot. It's real nice, well manicured with a covered band stage. There'll be live entertainment and plenty of food and drink.
That's great. And again, the website or the Facebook page is Fishing with Angel. John Michael, thank you so much. Thank you for what you guys do. That's awesome. And I love the fact that you don't turn anybody down. You just don't hear a lot of people say that. They're getting ready to take me off this set if I don't wrap this up. So, John Michael, thank you. Congratulations. Best of success. Please continue to come back and update us on how Fishing with Angels is doing. We have one more guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Across Louisiana. Our final guest today is Ernesto Carballo Jr. He is the Scout Executive / CEO for the Southeast Louisiana Council of the Boy Scouts. Thank you so much for taking time to be on the show today. Everybody knows the Boy Scouts. So what I'd love to do, we don't really have an event to talk about per se. Let's just talk about the Boy Scouts, of how you get into the Boy Scouts and what the Boy Scouts is all about and things like that.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak about the Boy Scouts of America. And everybody believes they think they know what the Boy Scouts
Right,
is.
that's kind of where I was going.
Everybody thinks about the crossing all ladies across the street, which are good turns. We still do those things.
Yeah.
But it is a values-based core educational program that a lot of people take for granted. We've been around 105 years. And it's been very successful. Parents spend time with their children. As we like to say these days, quality time. We want parents to spend quality time with their children. And those are who the leaders are of the Boy Scout troops and Cub Scout packs out there and throughout the United States.
Boy Scouts ages are?
First grade through high school.
Okay.
It is first grade. You've seen the Cub Scouts and Cub Scout blue uniforms.
Right.
The traditional Boy Scout starts at 11 years of age, is the uniform that I'm wearing. And then we have co-ed venturing programs, which are 14 to 20 years of age.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to be in the Cub Scouts to then be in the Boy Scouts.
Not at all.
I mean,
you can start at any time during a year. You can start at any age. As a matter of fact, I only started when I was 11 years old. I missed a Cub Scout program altogether.
Yeah.
But I wasn't at a disadvantage because each one of the programs supplements each other. So.
And you know, I would think Boy Scouts is just such a great way for fathers, sons to do things together. Volunteers, great program to volunteer for.
Absolutely.
To be in. We'll put this on the screen, but your website is bsa-selacouncil.org.
That's correct.
Is there a registration period? I mean, is there a certain time if I want to join the Boy Scouts?
That's a very good question. You register for a whole year. Unlike other sports leagues or other organizations, you'll register for $24. You can register the Boy Scouts for a whole year.
Okay.
Both boys as well as adults register for the same fee, basically. Usually during the fall time when school starts, you'll see your son or daughter bring home a flyer, a little reminder inviting you to a special informational meeting.
Okay.
And then at that time, they'll explain what scouting is about. Okay. The local pack or Boy Scout troop, which is chartered through a local organization, is where you're able to join.
Okay, and so as a parent, I should be really looking for that right now, this time of year to be coming in.
Almost every time of the year, we have roundups.
Okay.
We call them.
Roundups, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Ernesto, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Please continue to come back and update us on all the activities with the Boy Scouts. You've been watching Across Louisiana. My name is Steve Sawyer. Thank you so much for being a part of the show, and we'll see you next time.